All right, welcome back to another season of Grand Arena. Now, I missed the first uh, matchup. I forgot to make a video for that. I got a little busy and it just didn't work out. But you guys didn't miss anything much. I won pretty comfortably. It was a mismatch. My opponent did not have Darth Revan or Malak, so I set a relatively easy defense. No meta teams, no CLS, Traya, or Revens, none of them. And they cleared most of my board except for my sisters and the Django team. And I one-shot all of their teams, so it wasn't much of a match. The second one, I'm a little more excited about it. I'm facing Legion 1. This guy does have Darth Revan. No Malik though, so he's running Scion in the arena. But I was looking forward to facing this team on defense. I'd assumed they would have kept it on defense. Unfortunately, they haven't kept it on defense. If I take a look at the defense that they've set, they've kept their Jedi Knight Revan and their Traya on defense, but there's no Darth Revan on defense, so it's probably saved it to take out my Darth Revan. Um, and they've kept a pretty decent defense actually. I'm pretty happy about this. They've kept sisters, they've kept both their bounty hunters and crew, and of course the Jedi Knight Revan and the Traya team, and a couple of weak squads, which is one is the Phoenix and the other one is the Rogue One squad. But overall, at least 4 or 5 decent teams. So we will get to stretch our roster a bit to try out a few interesting counters. Before we go on to attacking, let me quickly talk through my defenses. So I have set, given that my opponent has Darth Revan, I have set a reasonably tough defense. I have my own Darth Revan Malik team out here, which is pretty well modded. It's arena modded. And then I have my sister's team, which is my second best modded team in the Grand Arena. I have my Scoundrel team, the Kira Scoundrel Prepared Squad, fully Zeta. It's one of my favorite teams to put on defense. I have my Kart Scoundrels. I have my General Grievous team. I'm putting Droidica in for the first time over here. Usually I put in Magna Guard, but I'm finding that Magna Guard usually has I'm seeing less and less value in him, and I think Dooku and Droidica do a much better job in defense. For my cards counter team, I have kept Nest in there just because there are so many easy counters these days to the card team. There's EP, there's Troopers if your card team is weak enough. There's Evox to prevent turn meter gain. So what I've done is I've kept Nest in there to prevent all of those cheap counters which rely on turn meter gain. And my Nest is pretty decently fast. I believe it's about 286. So reasonably fast Nest. That should be a good addition to the cart team to prevent cheap counters. So they'll be forced to take in a good team against that. And I've kept my classic Empire team led by EP with Vader pretty fast. I think 280, 290 after all the speed bonuses. And I've kept my standard crew team on defense as well. So those are so that's an overview of a defense. Let's go ahead and start attacking my opponent. Now it's interesting to note that my opponent has set Jedi Knight Revan and Traya, and even in ships they have set their home one fleet with the Millennium Falcon and Biston. So they've kept their A team on defense. And it's a pretty decently geared Biston as well, 147. I believe mine is faster, but this should be an interesting match. It'll be just like any other arena match that I run in Ship Arena every day. So and I'll be curious to see what my opponent uses to take out my Mace timeout fleet, since they won't have their Millennium Falcon fleet with them. So it'll probably be the first time that I'll really get to test the defense on the Mace timeout fleet that I have. My Anakin is maxed. I've given him a Zeta. No Zeta, but I've maxed him out to G12, and ship is maxed as well. So it's so he'll come in and in reinforcements, and it'll be I think it'll make a pretty decent ship match. All right, so let's go ahead and let me finish off the ship first, the ship battle, and then we can go ahead and finish the character section. So this is the fleet that I usually run in my arena. I start with Millennium Falcon, Biston, and Biggs, and follow it up with the Phoenix and Cassian's U-Wing to dispel the buffs. And then I have, as a follow-up, I have young Lando's Millennium Falcon, and let's see. Usually, uh, I have a Bossk ship, but I think I'm just going to get in Poe over here as a finisher, and this should get the job done. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to take out the Biston ship, and his Houndstooth is going to start taunting. And what I usually do in fleet is, since I've got breach on it, my first move is usually always to clear the breach from my bigs, so that when the reinforcement comes in from Cassian, I can dispel the buffs, and the enemy boss will not be taunting. And what I like to do is I like to keep in this ability, which is the Punch It ability, which gives defense penetration to the allies, which will make my Millennium Falcon hit harder when it assists when called in by Cassian. All right, so now what I do is I call in Cassian, the U-Wing, and everything gets dispelled. And because there was no breach on my bigs, everything got dispelled. And then I call in Millennium Falcon to assist and get rid of him. So once the Millennium Falcon is gone, there's really not much danger, and the rest of the team um, can be cleaned up pretty easily. All right, and then what I do is I like to pass on the stealth to Biston, just because Biston does a lot of cool stuff when he's stealthed. I think his damage gets boosted up, and his basic ability goes through foresight as well. It can't be evaded, so that's always good to have. All right, and let's hope this can finish it off. Yep, there it goes. So didn't end with full health on Biggs, but we did end up getting 65 banners, which is one less than the max. So ships is taken care of. Now let's go in and take care of the territories, the character territories. Now I really hate facing the Jedi Knight Revan team, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mirror it. I think my mods are better, so I want to just be sure take that out with my best team, in fact. Um, and I am going to, yeah, I'm going to go and straight up mirror it, um, and not take any chances with that team. That, and then with the Traya team, I'll probably do a CLS, and then with the rest of the teams, once I one shot these teams, the rest of the teams, I'll go ahead and have some fun. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna try to finish off Savior, and my Savior is probably going to be triggered. All right, and now I just need to finish off the enemy Yoda. Okay, let's call him back. Let's stay on Jedi Knight Revan. Let's get some buffs. Spread them around. All right, let's see how much damage we can do on GK since we're locked behind taunt. That's foresight. Okay, still locked behind taunt. All right, so now we've got no more taunts, so let's go ahead and try to take out Grandmaster Yoda. There's foresight there. Let's see if we can't land a stun on... Well, let's just clear the foresight. I think let's try to see if we can't mark Yoda, take him out, and then we'll focus on Jolee. There. Now let's focus on Jolee. Spread some buffs around. There, we got lucky with the stun on Jolee. All right, now it's smooth sailing. So I'm sure I didn't play it perfectly. It's been a while since I've had a mirror match, and I usually don't enjoy these mirror matches. But it is what it is. I'll probably lose protection on two of them. All right, so this match is taken care of. Let's go finish off the Traya match, and then we can finish off the rest of the teams. Now for Traya, I'm going to take in my Rebel team. It's the most effective. CLS Han Chewie, and I'm going to take in C3PO, and I'll probably get in Thrawn as well, just to lock down one of the characters. Thrawn is always useful to have. Okay, so let's go after Traya first. Okay, so B2 took care of himself. Let's apply a confuse on Scion. And let's keep working on Traya. Okay. Now let's get rid of... Ooh, that was not good. So Thrawn got rid of our Han. So we are going to have to keep working on... So Nihilus managed to get his Annihilate off, which is not good. But we can still continue to work on our Nihilus over here and hopefully get him down before he gets ready again. So let's fracture Scion, and there we go. This guy is down. Now we'll just finish off Scion before he gets his held by hatred. Oh, too late. Maybe we should have just finished off Thrawn first. All right, let's just fracture Thrawn, finish him off. All right, now we can just work on Scion at leisure. Okay, recover some protection. This might take a while. Okay, this should do it. There we go. A little messy, but managed to get through that team. So my opponent definitely does not have enough for offense. He saved two of his best teams on defense. Just has, I believe, Darth Revan. That's about it. And JTR, CLS. So a few teams, but Traya is actually a very useful team to have on offense. And Traya and Thrawn, in fact, and JKR. So both these teams have been kept on defense. So I'm feeling good about my chances for defense after that. All right, now let's uh, let's take care of the third best team over here, which is the Nightsister team with Nest. And what I want to do is I want to go in with my Bounty Hunter team to attack that team. And I'm going to go with the Bossk Lead just because of the protection regeneration that Bossk Leaf gives. And I'm going to go in with Dengar and let's see. Do I want Greedo or do I want Zam? Mm, let me go with the. Let me go with Zam. All right. So let's see if this gets the job done. There should be plenty of health and protection regeneration, so that shouldn't be an issue. All right, I get the taunt off. All right, so now what I do is I start laying some debuffs down and start healing up the team so that plague goes away, and then land some healing immunity. The good thing about healing immunity versus a Sarge lead is that they won't gain turn meter when they fall below. Oh, sorry, burn. The good thing about burn is they won't get turn meter only if Django is in the lead. So that is not going to work. So anyway, so they'll still gain turn meter, but the good thing is both Django and Boba can go around taunt. So I'm going to try to see if I can't execute a Sarge. Not yet. Okay, Bossk is holding on. Let's target Daka. Okay, so see what happened there was Daka died due to thermal detonators. That's why the zombie free revive wasn't triggered, which is great to see. Now she's not going to get revived unless Talzin brings someone back with her death ability. So that was a lucky break that we got, which is why I think if you're going with bounty hunters, always good to go in with a with a team which applies a lot of thermals. Now let's see if we can't get rid of Nest through this. All right, let's keep working on Talzin over here and apply some more thermal detonators. Hopefully, Asajj didn't die with thermals, because that would have been a lucky break. All right, let's keep more debuffs on there to get rid of the plague. And let's see if we can't execute. Maybe I think we might be able to execute. No, let's just execute Asajj. This Nightsister team has got a lot of health on it. Okay, so those are the two free zombie revives. And let's get the plague on, and now it should be done. That's it. No more revives from the zombie. Now we've got 2 minutes to get Nest out of the way, and it looks like we are more or less full health and full protection. So I need to keep working on her and wait for the right moment to attack. All right, so I'm not going to use execute right away. Hopefully I'll get a stun, and then at the right time we should be able to get the at the right time we should be able to get the execute ability on. All right, so the thermals are doing good work. Now if I can apply healing immunity, let me try the execute at this stage. So either Nest will get killed or healing immunity will get applied. So either way, yeah, it works out okay. So 58 banners. So Bounty Hunters are actually a really great team to take against Nightsisters, not only because of the obvious synergies of going around taunt and executing and all of that and thermal detonators, but also because of the fact that there are very few teams which can get full banners against Nightsisters. You usually end up with less than 55 banners, just because all your team members will lose protection. Um, Unless you go in with a Traya team, with a just Traya, Nihilus, and Scion, undersized party against Nightsisters, then you can end up getting 59, 60, 61 banners. Or if you go in with a Bounty Hunter team against Nightsisters, you have a very high chance of getting 58 to 60 banners just because they recover so much health and protection. All other teams, and also the third one I would say is Jedi Knight Revan as well, which recovers all the protection against Nightsister teams. But any other team you take, even a rebel team like CLS and Chewie, even those guys will end up losing a lot of protection and health, and you'll probably only end up getting 55, 56 banners. So bounty hunters are great against Nightsisters for that reason as well, just for maximizing banners. All right, we've got the bounty hunter team left over here, which seems to be pretty well modded. I'm just going to take my Traya in there. That's the next best team that I have. And who else do I want to take? Maybe a Savage. I don't need Maul because he's squishy and he'll get taken out by Boba. Um, and Days really doesn't do anything much against bounty hunters. All right, who else do I have that I want to take in? Maybe I just take in Hermit Yoda for some extra healing to top up protection. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so let's give this to Scion so he hits a little harder. And let's isolate Bossk so that he doesn't taunt anymore. And now it should be pretty smooth sailing. All right, so let's take them out one by one. We don't have Bossk to worry about, so it'll be pretty easy. And we'll keep healing the team from time to time so that we end up with the full health and full protection on everyone. Traya's lightsabers seem to be missing. That's weird. Okay, let's get rid of Boba just because he can execute. I'm gonna keep healing the team. Okay, let's go with I thought I gave the Master's Training to Traya, but might be mistaken. Probably didn't even need Savage. I could have probably just gone in with just the three of them. Okay, I'm just going to keep healing everyone. Probably get 59 banners on this one. Okay, just keep going till we get the Annihilate ready. Yeah, and then get rid of Dengar just because of his thermals. They're quite irritating. Alright, 59 banners. Okay, and then let's see what we have left. I think we have a first order team left, which I want to take my JTR team against. Resistance. And that's just because we have healing immunity over here, which because this first order team that my opponent has put does have Barris in it, so that's going to make crew a little tougher to take out. All right, let's put it on Holdo and work on first order executioner. Okay, landed expose on quite a few folks. Now let's finish off first order executioner, and then let's actually finish off Barris, just because it'll make her just because she heals the team so much on crits, and this team relies so much on crits that it becomes much easier if we take her out first. Alright, so Barris is gone. Barris is really not much of a threat these days in first order teams, and there are many better places to put Barris in these days, in Galactic Republic being the number one choice. But even in a regular Jedi team, Barris is a much better fit than First Order. Okay, so let's get some healing immunity over here so that these guys don't heal. That's the reason that the resistance works so great against First Order is healing immunity. To really do a good job against First Order, you need to have some form of healing immunity, because these guys, they end up healing anytime you put a debuff or a buff on them. So healing immunity is the best way to get them. Okay, 60 banners there. And then we have two weak teams over here. I'll probably just take in troopers against the Phoenix team. Let's see, where are my troopers? And then we'll see what we have left for the Padme team, for the Jin team. Most likely I'll use a Padme team against that. Okay, so Sabine is the weakest. Let's get rid of Zeb just because he applies days. Okay. Alright, now just Chopper and finally Kanan. Okay, so that is the trooper team. I could have used Evox as well. I did save my Evox on offense, and Evox is another team just like the troopers, which can guarantee you a full 60 points. And now we just have the Jin team left, and what I want to do is I want to take my Padme team in there, because that's the best team that I have left. So I'm just going to go with Galactic Republic. I have these guys, and then since it's Rebels, I'm just going to use my Wampa, because my Wampa is available right here. Okay, this should be a pretty straightforward match. I actually wanted to take my Padme team against Nightsisters, but I'd already demonstrated Nightsisters in a previous matchup, so against Nightsisters. So I wanted to try them against a different team. And because the Rogue One team counters so much, um, it's really great, because we'll end up getting a lot of protection up and hopefully retain all the protection. So that's basically the goal of that. Okay, let's go and let's get rid of Jin first. So I'm going to do an AoE, give everyone protection up. Okay, Wampa gets some days out there. Now let's just finish off Jin. Okay, let's call some assists. And she's got 10 stacks of courage, so I can probably get rid of Baze right over here. So each 5 stacks of courage gives 40% damage to health. So 10 stacks of courage means 80% damage to health. So let me just slow it down. And on a basic, usually Barris hits like a wet noodle, but on a basic you'll see 80% damage to health being done. So that's 13k and 13k twice. So that's how courage works. It's really great. So the thing about Padme teams is there's no way to recover protection. There are plenty of ways to recover health, but not many ways to recover protection. That's why even when you mod them, you need to mod them for health, because Padme lead gives 50% extra health. So your 16% health primaries actually get converted to 24% health primaries because of the 50% bump, which is equivalent to getting a 24% protection primary, putting that on there. So it's the 50% protection bump up is the health bump up is actually more beneficial for them. So it's best for them for you to mod them with full health primaries everywhere and health sets. The only person in the Galactic Republic team that I mod for critical damage is Jedi Knight Anakin because he benefits from that. Almost everyone else I mod for health. All right, that is it. So we do have a full clear. Wasn't much of a challenge. 1684 points. So I lost quite a few points on efficiency, I think, specifically on the Jedi Knight Revan team and the Traya team. I got less than ideal points, but I just wanted to clear everything in one shot. My opponent, I don't think is going to be able to clear my board, both on the ships as well as the character section. I think my opponent might struggle. So in the next video I'll update you on how my opponent has done on the ships without his Millennium Falcon, and on offense against my Darth Revan with his own Darth Revan team. So that'll be interesting to note. All right, so not a very interesting match, but we the next one I do anticipate will be a pretty good one because the opponents that I'm facing, the two guys who are right now fighting against each other. One of them is Sandoz, who's got a 6-star Darth Malak, pretty good, well-modded Empire team. The other one is Ray Ray, um, who also has a 6-star Malak and pretty well modded. So both these guys are pretty good. They're matched up against each other, and the better player among them is going to end up in the finals with me. So I'm going to end up battling one of them. So that matchup is going to be pretty interesting. So I'll upload a video in a couple of days once we have that matchup done, and hopefully that'll be a slightly better video. I'll think of a few good counters to the teams that they have set up. It is an open match, the open layout over here, so we can see right in advance all the teams that the opponent has set. So for better or for worse, that's just the way it is. But I should be able to plan out my strategy for attacking each of my opponent's teams, and then hopefully we should have a good video for next time. All right, so that is it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will catch you guys in a couple of days when we meet Darth Malak in the finals. See you later.